Hi, welcome to my new YouTube channel. I decided on a whim that I would make a YouTube series where once per month I put out a video about a small, easy to make and affordable electronics project. So I've come up with 12 projects to span over a year, and so this video, the first one, is about a automatic nightlight that switches on and off by itself. So here it is, very small box, all fits inside just. It's got some nice white LEDs, so you can see when I switch it on, it comes on by itself because it detected that it was after the time where it was supposed to come on. And then eventually at a certain time it'll go off, but you can also switch it off manually and then on again if you need to. Yeah, so I've recorded myself making it. You can see the process of what I went through, the tools I used and things like that, and I'll put more details about it on my blog, including source code and required components and things like that. You can see me assembling it after this. First step is to mark the box with holes where I'm going to drill holes. Here I am drilling the holes. There's the LED holes. They're very simple, just I think it's like a 3mm drill bit, just big enough for both legs to fit through, plus the heat sinks on the legs. The bottom case for the USB port required a bigger drill bit. Yeah, the big drill bit was hard to drill through the small plastic I had by hand. If I had a drill press, which is recommended, it would have been a bit easier, but so the trick was to run it more slowly. Holding it like that with all of its structure behind it, quite similar to drilling on a drill press, which is why I didn't get stuck. The buttonhole, I didn't have a drill bit big enough for the buttonhole, so you'll see in a later clip me filing the hole out. Just slowly drilling through allows it to drill through properly without flying around in my hand. There it is. Here I'm filing the buttonhole at full speed, of course. Took quite a while with the little file that I have, but got there eventually. So, in a similar situation, just keep at it. Now to the soldering.
the wires and assembling all the wiring. First thing is to prepare all the wires to be soldered. You can see in the wiring diagram there's not too much to it. It's just a few wires to the real-time clock and button and the LEDs. With one resistor to the ground to the button so it doesn't float. I added some heat shrink to the LEDs first so that they don't touch it, the legs don't touch each other because they short out easily. Some heat shrink. Head in the way. I think for the next video I make, I'll probably use an over-the-top bird's eye view camera so my head doesn't get in the way as much. It's a really good idea to use heat shrink as much as possible when connecting wires together. I used to use a lot of electrical tape, and it just over time it gets pretty nasty. Like the glue starts to like leak, and sometimes it dries up and things like that, and it's not a very reliable long-term solution. Not very professional. So adding heat shrink is a very tidy way to connect wires together. Second LED. So each LED is on its own pin on the microcontroller. I figured if I shared one pin it might consume too much current. Didn't actually do the math on it, but I thought I'd play it safe and try 2 different pins. Pretty easy to code it to turn on both pins. I figured since it wasn't a ultra high current LED, it should run fine off the microcontroller, and it does, so there goes that. Here's the button. Again, adding heat shrink. Make it look nice long-term solution. I'm just going to wire up the microcontroller. TC. Real-time clock. I made a mistake the first time round. The real-time clock needs 3.3 volts power, not 5 volts. Otherwise, it doesn't connect to the microcontroller properly. So make sure if you're using a 3.3 volt microcontroller to connect it to the 3.3 volt out on the microcontroller so it functions. The real-time clock module is a nice I2C device, and that works pretty easily. Just a nice, there's a real-time clock library which I've used and works perfectly. The first time I soldered the real-time clock, I soldered it to the second I2C port, which didn't end up working, so I soldered it to the 0th I2C port, which, because you can't, the library doesn't really let you select which I2C port to interface with, even though this microcontroller does have a I2C two or twice grossy lanes, the libraries don't offer you the flexibility of choosing it so much. So I'll just put it back on the first island. Silver green. Soldering the ground lane is tricky because lots of things to solder to one. But, just got to do a lot of Y splitting. Finally, it's done and crammed it in just. There it is. Now to glue it all together. Just using a hot glue gun. Pretty reliable. Not being a fully professional product, it doesn't need to be perfect. If it comes loose, I can just fix it myself, but I find hot glue pretty good most of the time. The camera angle wasn't so great in this shot, so you can't really see what I'm actually gluing, but it's glued. Now I'm putting it together, putting the screws in. This particular case has like sockets that have threads on the lid of the case and just underneath the lid of the case. So you have to be careful about screwing in. Yep. It also has a seal, but I don't think it's going outside very much, so I didn't put that in. So satisfying screwing it together. It's like pretty much complete. Had some feet from a CircuitPython Metro Express board, which I put on the bottom. It gives it a really good grip and it doesn't fly around, which is nice. So there it is, done. Now ready to program.
Thanks for watching this far. It's my first video, so it may not be that great, but hopefully I'll learn some things, and if you have any feedback about it, let me know. Give me an opportunity to make an even better video next time. Yeah, so about the project, I wanted to make it because I have trouble getting to sleep. Lots of things keeping me awake. I just have difficulty going to sleep, so I thought having a night light that switches off automatically would encourage me to go to bed before the night light switches off. As well as that, I've been building a internet radio alarm clock, which plays internet radio in the morning. Sure, you can get apps for phones and tablets to do the same thing, but then you've got a phone or a tablet on your chest of drawers on your bedroom table, which is kind of bad device hygiene, or whatever it's called. something easily at reach that you can play around with, and I thought having a dedicated device would be a pretty neat concept. Not quite finished yet, but stay tuned to my channel, and I might post it on this channel, I don't know. All going well. So yeah, thanks again. Remember to like the video if you liked it. Subscribe to stay tuned for the next video. I think it'll be about a new microcontroller which I was given, which is coming out soon. Do some little experiments with that. Yeah, and also hit the bell button to get notified of new videos. Yeah. Thanks again. See you next time. Hi, welcome to my YouTube series. Nope. Hi, I'm Leo. Hi, I'm Leo. Welcome to my. Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. Hi.